These are the best Black Friday deals that are on the Xbox store, guys. I am Sunny, your host here at Xbox Central, and I'm really excited to start this off with Alan Wake 2. This is hands down one of the best games on this list in terms of everything. The visuals are insane, the gameplay is top notch, and the best part is the mind-bending narrative. It connects two separate stories and characters in such a way that it keeps you intrigued until the very end. The atmosphere is perfect for a psychological thriller, and the plot twist will have you guys hooked. It's practically just released not that long ago, and we're already getting it for half price. Our next game is a game that doesn't get enough credit in my opinion. That's Kingdom Come Deliverance. This is an open world RPG masterpiece that I've really come to appreciate. It's a little bit of a slow burn. It's grounded action RPG where you start as an ordinary guy from a small village and you work your way up to power through politics, battles, and even some clever persuasion. The realism in the world and the attention to detail really make it stand out from the crowd. And guys, I feel like it's practically free at a price of $2.99 for a game that offers potential hundreds of hours of playtime. You're not going to want to miss this one. All right, let's not forget about the epic RoboCop Rogue City. This game delivers some thrilling action sequences, some brilliant level design, and it captures the iconic RoboCop vibe perfectly. It's a lot of fun to play whether you're blasting enemies or just taking down crime in Detroit. It's definitely worth checking out if you guys are into action-packed shooters with kind of like a nostalgic twist. Now, Sleeping Dogs is one of my all-time favorite games. The story's really gripping, the characters are super memorable, but it has this epic hand-to-hand combat that I really love the most. It's almost like GTA, but way more action focused with all the best parts of the open world gameplay. And since this is the definitive edition, you're also getting all the DLC content at 85% off. So I think it's an absolute steal for what I'd say is an incredible game. So Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is a game every Souls-like fan knows about, but if you still haven't played it, you definitely should. It's known for its brutal but super rewarding combat that often pushes you to the limits. Now this is coming with the Game of the Year edition, so you're getting even more and even a new boss challenge modes. Then there's the Reflection and Gauntlet of Strength and plenty of extra content that's really going to keep you hooked at a pretty awesome 50% off. So we have Ubisoft's latest and maybe one of the best looking open world games in Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. This one came out not that long ago and it's kind of struggling to grow its fan base because, well, it does feel a little bland after a little bit, but if you're not looking for like replayability, I think this is a great one-time adventure for a pretty massive 60% discount. Now, Hogwarts Legacy is one of the most ambitious Harry Potter games ever made. It's got all the good stuff, iconic places like the Great Hall and the Forbidden Forest to explore, magic duels against students, even some monster battles. Honestly, it really feels like you're living in the wizarding world and you can craft potions or uncover ancient secrets. There's always something magical to do, and you can grab this for 20 bucks with a massive 70% discount. Even if you're not a Harry Potter fan, which I am guilty of, I have gotten to really enjoy this game and I think you guys will as well. Dragon's Dogma 2 is another recently released title and a much anticipated sequel to the highly acclaimed Dragon's Dogma. Now, this had some massive shoes to fill, and while it didn't completely satisfy our expectations, that doesn't mean the game isn't great. The core experience is still really solid with its engaging combat and really expansive fantasy world. Sure, it can feel a little bit rushed and maybe even unpolished in some areas, but nothing a few updates can potentially fix as, you know, the future continues on, and it has a 40% discount that I really feel offers a good incentive to grab this game and try it out. Now, if by some miracle you haven't played Red Dead Redemption and you've missed out all this time, here's your chance to pick this up. Right now, you can actually grab both Red Dead Redemption 1 and Red Dead Redemption 2 along with all the DLC content for 40 bucks with a massive 60% discount, and ultimately you're getting two of the most iconic open world games that have ever made for an amazing price. So Remnant from the Ashes might be leaving Game Pass soon, but you can grab this game at a massive 70% discount. This action RPG is an absolute blast to play with friends, offering brutal yet challenging gameplay that's going to keep you hooked for a ton of hours, but the game's also really awesome solo too, so just keep that in mind. Now, even though Halo the Master Chief Collection's on Game Pass, this deal is an absolute steal for non-subscribers. For just 10 bucks with a 75% discount, you get 6 legendary Halo games packed into one epic bundle. You get all the campaigns, some really awesome co-op, and even some multiplayer modes, and I really think this is a dream come true for any Halo fan out there. Don't miss out on this deal. So Forza Horizon 4 is hands down one of the best racing games out there. It offers a more traditional racing experience compared to Horizon 5. The Ultimate Edition though sweetens the deal. It gives you the base game along with tons of extras like new cars, exciting modes, the car pass, VIP membership, Formula Drift Car Pack, Best of Bond Car Pack, and even more. And this is all coming in for just $20. Now, this is easily one of my favorite deals this Black Friday. The Plague Tale series is exceptionally great for anyone who loves story-rich games, and the bundle includes a Plague Tale Innocence and Requiem, both packed with gripping narratives and some brilliant stealth action. And here you play as Amicia, a young girl navigating a plague-ridden world while protecting her little brother Hugo through an unforgiving world. And you can grab the pack of 2 games at 65% off, which I think is just a great deal and one you don't want to miss. If you're looking for a game to play with buddies, I've got the 2 best, A Way Out and It Takes Two. Both of these games offer insanely fun and totally team-based co-op gameplay. Now, A Way Out has you and a buddy team up to escape prison while unfolding an emotional story along the way. While It Takes Two, I just feel like this game doesn't need introduction. It's one of the best co-op games out there, and it won Game of the Year back in I think 2021, don't quote me on that. And you can grab both of these games for just $18. Both of these games are literally some of the best co-op games that have been ever made, period. And trust me, you will not regret it if you're specifically looking for an amazing co-op or amazing co-op games. Now, we do have a lot of Assassin's Creed games out there, but I'm going to go with 2 of my personal favorites. First is Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I think this game's brilliant. The environment is detailed, it's full of life and rich in history. You'll get to explore ancient Greece with all that stealthy action that you'd also expect from an Assassin's Creed game, and the story's really solid, and there's tons of side content to keep you busy, and it comes in at a whopping 80% discount, and with 80% off, I think it's a perfect time to jump in. And the other one is Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which was really a breath of fresh air for the entire community. The game really stood out with its insane naval combat, its stunning visuals, and a story that felt way more intense than usual. You'll play as Edward Kenway, sailing the open seas and engaging in some epic ship battles and exploring the beautiful Caribbean islands. If you guys haven't played this yet, it's definitely one worth a try, especially with that really sweet 70% discount. Now, I've gotten to play a ton of superhero games over the years, but the Batman Arkham series still takes the crown. Arkham City and Asylum are both incredible, but if you haven't played Arkham Knight yet, you're seriously missing out. The game checks all the boxes. It's got brilliant hand-to-hand combat, a gripping story, and visuals that still look amazing even today, and you can get this for such a dirt cheap price of $2.99 with a whopping 85% off. Now, if you've been sitting on the fence about Cyberpunk 2077, this is going to be the perfect opportunity to get in here. The base game has been completely revamped and patched up, and it's in a really great place, but it's really the Phantom Liberty DLC that you've got to try. It's totally worth that full price on its own. The Ultimate Edition gives you both the base game and the DLC, offering a sensational story with unforgettable moments, and guys, it's available to grab at a really decent 40% off. So the game Gotham Knights didn't get the attention it deserved when it first dropped, but I think it's in a much better place now. The game offers superb action-packed gameplay with a unique twist on the Batman universe without Batman, actually. Of course, you get to play as Batgirl, Nightwing, Red Hood, or even Robin, each with their own abilities, taking on crime-filled streets of Gotham after Batman's death, and the combat is smooth and the story is solid, and it does kind of give you a fresh take on the Dark Knight's legacy. And it's also, the really good part here is that it's lowest possible price it's ever been at $6.99. So the GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition was actually a mess when it first came out. It was full of bugs and glitches, but the devs have fixed a lot and it's now way more playable. Sure, there's still some issues here and there, but if you want to try the old GTA classics like Vice City, San Andreas, and GTA 3, this is going to be a solid way to do it. Plus, it comes in at 60% off, so I think it's definitely worth grabbing now. If you happen to be following this channel for some time, you're going to know how much I love the Mass Effect series, and this deal is the cheapest I've seen in ages. You're not getting just one, you're getting all three, complete with modern gameplay enhancements, a stunning visual overhaul, and some of the rough edges have been really smoothed out. And guys, it's just an absolute thrill ride of linear gameplay, but it's packed with unforgettable moments and characters. And if you haven't played it yet, guys, trust me, this is the perfect time to dive in, and it comes in with a cool 90% off. Now, we're gonna have to add the latest NBA 2K25, which brings some of the best gameplay mechanics in the series, packed with improved animations and a variety of game modes to dive into. And then there's the surefire currency system that can be a little bit frustrating and maybe even a little pay to win, but the rest of the game is an absolute treat for NBA fans or just basketball fans. You can build up your dream team or dominate the courts in like your own little career mode in your My Player. It's got so much to offer for half of its price at 55% off. So if you're wanting to get into NBA 2K, you're probably probably not going to see a sale for some time, so you're going to want to pick this up now. I'm glad Resident Evil 4 is on sale because, guys, this game is one of the best in the series. It's a remake that brings back all those terrifying monsters, the intense atmosphere, and everything that made the original so unforgettable. If you guys are a fan of survival horror, you're going to want to try this one out, especially since it's practically half of the original price. Now, this game's an absolute blast for all the Star Wars fans out there. Jedi Survivor takes everything that made Fallen Order so good, and it even adds more spice to it. The combat feels even more fluid and satisfying, and the story will keep you hooked from start to finish. Plus, the world design is absolutely gorgeous, with plenty of areas to explore and secrets to uncover. The game is for anyone who loves action with a brilliant story, even if you happen to not even be a Star Wars fan, and it comes in at an excellent price. Now, if you're looking for a more traditional arcade fighting experience, you're going to want to check out Tekken 8. This game brings back that classic fighting action with amazing graphics, a huge roster of fighters, and a ton of different game modes that'll keep you busy. It's a solid pick for anyone who loves intense, fast-paced combat, and you can grab this for around $35 at 50% off. Or maybe you're a little bit more of a wrestling person like myself and you want to check out the latest WWE 2K24. It offers some seriously intense wrestling matches with a massive roster of some of your favorite WWE stars. Now, I used to play a lot of wrestling games back in the day. It's been a while since I've gotten into a WWE game, in quite some time. I've been a little bit out of touch. However, this one has looked really good, and since it's at this discount, I'm actually going to buy it so I can do some couch co-op play when we have some buddies over. So I'm excited to grab this one, and I think you should as well. The Witcher 3 Complete Edition is hands down one of the best RPG experiences you can ever have, period. It's packed with a gripping story, tons of brilliant quests, a world that's absolutely mesmerizing to explore, and with the Complete Edition, you're getting everything. I mean, DLCs, extra armor, additional quests, lore, and so much more. If you guys by some miracle haven't played this yet, the ultimate version is absolutely worth diving into, especially with a massive 75% discount. Ryse, Son of Rome is one of those underrated gems that I feel like deserves a little more attention. Sure, it's not a perfect game, but if you're a fan of action and history like I am, this game hits all the right spots. You get to dive into some epic battles as a Roman soldier with some stunning visuals and combat that really keeps you on your toes. The Legendary Edition comes packed with all the DLC content, which adds a lot more to the mix with all that DLC. So this comes at a really cool discount at 75% off, and it's just a really good bargain. If you're looking for something a little bit different, this is a good one to try. So the game Back 4 Blood got a lot of heat from people because it came from the same studio that gave us Left 4 Dead, and we couldn't stop comparing. But comparisons aside, it's still a thrilling zombie shooter. The game features a great campaign, innovative progression systems, and some full-blown action that really keeps you on your toes. If you're into co-op zombie survival, you're going to want to get this one for merely 10% of its original price. It's literally that cheap at $5.99. Now, if you guys like tactical shooting games, Sniper Elite 4 is a must play, and it's practically a steal at 90% off. You're getting all 3 parts unlocked, which means a massive amount of content to dive into. The game delivers incredibly intense gunplay with a strategic element to it with the sniping mechanics. You have large open maps, satisfying slow motion kill cams, and it's one of those experiences that no sniper fan should skip, especially at that staggering 90% discount like I said, and it's one that's just an awesome play if you're looking for something a little bit different in like the shooter realm. Titanfall 2 is another great FPS that's received a lot of love from players all around the world for its incredible gameplay, the fast-paced combat, that smooth parkour mechanics, and the additions of the Titans themselves makes it really stand out from other shooters. Plus, the single-player campaign is, guys, one of the best out there. It's short, but it's packed with emotional moments and some epic battles, and the game delivers big time, whether it's multiplayer or solo, and guys, it's literally just $3. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy is another superhero game that really nails the feel of the movies. You've got that same witty humor, you got amazing characters, thrilling gameplay, and of course, plenty of chaos. You play as Star-Lord, leading your team of misfits on a wild adventure, making tough choices, and using your crew's unique abilities in battle. It's a really fun game and totally worth it at a massive 80% discount. Now, there's a good chance a lot of you have played The Outer Worlds, and honestly, it's a hidden gem that offers an unforgettable experience. The game's all about discovery, and you're free to explore a retro futuristic universe, uncover secrets, and make choices that actually matter. And I'm still waiting for its sequel because, my goodness, this one, the original, is one of those games that is just amazing to play because the story really takes some twists and turns. I recommend you do play the Spacer Choice Edition. It offers all the DLC with a remastered version for a fair price of about $20 that comes in at a 67% discount. Now, the game marvels Midnight Sun's gonna be a little bit of an acquired taste that isn't for everybody, but for someone who really loves tactical RPGs, and for that it's a really great game. It's meaty, it's packed with an interesting card game mechanic that really adds some unpredictability to the battles, and you've got your favorite Marvel heroes and villains, each with their own unique powers and weaknesses, which really makes the battles very interesting. It also comes in with a massive 80% discount, so you're not going to want to miss this one. So Far Cry 6 might not be the best entry in the series, but it's definitely not as bad as a lot of people think. In fact, I really think the gameplay was really amazing. That said, if you've been curious about it and you haven't tried it, I think now's that time. The Game of the Year edition gives you the full experience. You get to enjoy the base game, which is pretty fun on its own, but you also get the Lost Between Worlds DLC for even more adventures. You'll also get new weapons, outfits, and some other extras to really spice things up, and it all comes at a 70% discount, which I don't think's too bad. Or if you guys want, you can take a trip back to some of the best Far Cry games with the Insanity Bundle. This collection includes my all-time favorite Far Cry 3, the brilliant Far Cry 4, and Far Cry 5, which I'm still on the fence about, but honestly, Far Cry 3 and 4 alone makes this bundle absolutely worth it, with some unforgettable villains, some great open world gameplay, some intense action, and guys, you're getting some of the series' finest moments at that beautiful 80% discount. Now, I wasn't planning to go too far back, but Mad Max is one of those games I didn't want to leave out. I think it's a bit of a classic here from the past that is still ridiculously fun to play. The story's solid, but the real highlight is the combat. You get some epic vehicle battles and some intense close quarter fights that really feel thrilling. Even after all these years, I really feel this game is holding up surprisingly well, and guys, you can literally get it for just $5 after a 75% discount. Now, the game Just Cause 3 totally deserves a spot. It's a fan favorite action adventure game with a gripping story and some brilliant characters, but what really makes it stand out is the insane chaos you can create. And I mean, it's one of the only story driven games that gives you so much freedom with the open world areas, with opportunities for destruction, crazy stunts, and over the top action. You could literally parachute into some enemy bases or blow up some bridges, and it's just pure unfiltered fun with some craziness sprinkled in. And with the XXL edition, you get a ton more content with an awesome 85% discount that really sweetens the deal. So we have the game Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, even if you're not a fan of this series, I think this game is still a lot of fun with its seriously intense obstacles, some really crazy fights, and a really gripping story. The game's all about survival, exploration, and of course Lara Croft being at her absolute best. This comes in at an 80% discount, and you get that whole game for just $6. Now we have the game Stalker 2, and before getting into Stalker 2, you might want to give the original trilogy a shot. Sure, it's a little bit dated, but it's an incredible experience. For $25, you're getting Shadow of Chernobyl, Call of Pripyat, and then you have Clear Sky, three classics that offer some exceptional survival FPS experience, and you're getting it all at a pretty amazing 35% discount, so grab this one if you guys are interested. And while we wait for the next big sequel, you might want to dive into Subnautica Below Zero. Now, this spin-off is just as immersive as the original, packed with exploration, survival mechanics, and of course that same eerie underwater charm, and it offers all the fun of crafting, building, and uncovering secrets, all while absolutely looking stunning, and it comes at a literally nice discount here at 67% off at $9.89. If you're looking for some heart-pumping action with some intense parkour, you're going to want to check out Ghostrunner 2. It's fast, it's insanely intense, and it's packed with some exhilarating action that keeps you guys really hooked. Plus, it comes with this super cool and sleek futuristic style, and it comes in with a pretty nice discount as well. Now, Life is Strange True Colors is one of the most impactful choice-driven games out there. You play as Alex Chen, who has this unique power to sense and manipulate emotions, and you can grab the Deluxe Edition at 75% off, which includes bonus content like additional outfits and the Wavelengths DLC. So the Like a Dragon series is some of the most fun RPGs that you can play, and these games combine crime with comedy in the best possible way. Infinite Wealth continues that legacy while offering a fresh twist on gameplay, and it's a little different. It's still packed with that same charm, wild humor, and gripping story fans really love. And the cool thing is you can grab it at the half of the original price with the Master Vacation bundle included. So if you guys are interested in something a little different from the rest of this list, you're going to want to check out this one. So the Vessel of Hatred expansion, I think, is a fantastic addition to the already incredible Diablo 4, though it does leave a little bit to be desired. But if you guys are a Diablo fan like I am, you've got two great options here. Grab the base game at 40% off for $30, or go all in and grab Diablo 4 plus Vessel of Hatred for $45 at a 35% discount. I'll leave that up to you, but guys, Diablo's been pretty solid. It's a great ARPG, RPG and one that I poured a ton of hours into it. I'm very guilty of that, and one that you might want to do so as well. Now, Hitman World of Assassination Deluxe Edition is the only bundle a Hitman fan needs this Black Friday. You get the best of the franchise, including Hitman 1, 2, World of Assassination, and even Hitman 2 expansion, all at a really cool 55% discount. It's a solid deal for a game of this caliber, packed with some amazing stealth gameplay and really endless replayability. There's nothing on the market like the Hitman games. I've been playing these for a couple decades now. I am such a huge fan of this, and this is a bundle you guys will not regret picking up. If you're a Star Wars fan, Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is a must play. It's one of my personal favorites in the series. It offers an epic journey through the Star Wars universe with the charm and humor of Lego games, and it's already on Game Pass. But if you don't have a subscription or you just want to own the game, it comes in at a massive 80% discount. You're not going to want to regret this, especially if you want to play a little bit couch co-op and maybe have some young ones or just some buddies, somebody your own age. It doesn't matter. Anybody of all ages can play this game. It's an awesome title. Now, stealth action games don't get much better than Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. I highly recommend giving this a shot. The game is seriously intense, features some brilliant level design, some of the smartest AI enemies you'll face, tons of replayability. You have a wide range of gear options and multiple ways to approach each mission, which makes every playthrough feel pretty fresh. With the definitive edition, you're also getting both Phantom Pain and Ground Zeroes for almost half the price here at 40% off. Now, if you're looking for an unforgettable linear story in a post-apocalyptic setting, which is my absolute favorite setting myself, you're going to want to check out Metro Exodus. This game pulls you with its immersive world, ditching the traditional HUD for a more organic experience. The incredible graphics and gripping story make it one of the most atmospheric games out there. Plus, with the Gold Edition, guys, you get the enhanced version along with 2 additional DLC stories. All this for a cheap price at $6 after an 85% discount.